Are you growing your beard long?
A little bit like Leonidas.
Yeah, yeah,
Something like
that's what it reminds me of. And you have the physique
that.
as well.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
there
man,
you go.
I just thought I'd give you a quick call there. It's like I can't even remember when the last time we chatted was. It was a long time ago.
It's been a while. Hey, you know what's funny, Phil? I was actually like contacting you with my mind. Like I was thinking about you. No lie. Like,
Yeah,
literally. I'm not bullshitting you,
that's the
man.
law of attraction at work. That's the law of
Yeah.
attraction. It really is. hmm But yeah, uh, like literally just before I called you, I was just
Yeah.
kind of thinking in my mind, it was like, well, like when was the last time I called you and spoke to you? Because so much has happened within that time, and I think I was just kind of starting off on the coaching business,
Yeah.
and I was literally just getting it off the ground. But now, like so much has changed. I've started to get a lot of clients in. I've
Yeah.
got my website. I've got Instagram, Facebook group. I've done seminars. I've got video content. I've got a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So much is going on. It's just been incredible, man. It really has, and it all happens in such a short space of time as well. And
Yeah.
that's the beauty of it.
Uh-huh.
It's times like this whenever you have to like pause and look back and think, right, okay, we just to kind of
Yeah.
realize how much has actually went on and happened within that sort of short space of time. But
Yeah.
but yeah, man, how are you keeping? How's things with you?
I'm still doing the bodybuilding. My body hit a plateau, and then out of nowhere, like have more definition. I'm working
hmm
on my office. I'm gonna go do some salsa dancing tonight. So
Really? Brilliant.
yeah, yeah,
That's my specialty, salsa
yeah,
and bachata.
yeah.
So
How's that going for
have you done
you?
salsa before?
Yeah, I have. I have.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you. You have a lot of social proof. I've noticed that, like your social media is it's great right now. I have to tell you that much. I mean, everything's like it's great.
Yeah.
I see it from an outside perspective, and I'm like, wow, like this guy has a lot going on. You have that
Yeah.
visual representation on your online presence. It's very strong, and women are very attracted to it. So that's something that I've noticed that's like
Yeah.
really working towards your favor.
Yeah, yeah, it's been incredible kind of
Mm.
the support network.
Yeah.
It's been a real um it's been a real confidence booster for me because like whenever
Yeah.
you're just trying to get your business off the ground at the start,
Hmm.
it takes, those kind of those likes or those little bits of encouragement really help you to start, and the feedback that you get is great because
Hmm.
it just kind of just lets you know you're sort of on the right path and you're helping people.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of work behind that as well. I really just focus on trying to provide the best service that I can. I really focus on trying to, like, for me, it's not about the money at the minute. It's literally just about me trying to improve my character, my person, improve my
Hmm.
speaking skills, improve the connections that I can have with people. That's all the
Yeah.
stuff that I've just been really focusing on, and it's sort of like there's obviously something that I'm doing or saying that's relating to people, which is great.
Uh-huh.
So hopefully I can kind of grow that a lot more as well. Hopefully I can kind of take that to the next level.
Yeah.
But it's been brilliant. Like the people that like the information that I teach and like some of the clients, for example, they've been fantastic as well, and they've been really encouraging me. There's a
Yeah.
few people, in particular, they're just really enthusiastic. They really they love this information, and they get results in their own lives by actually, applying the stuff that I'm teaching. And
Yeah.
that's brilliant for me to see. And so it kind of reinforces that something that I'm teaching is actually connecting with people. And again, it's, yourself, it's all sort of law of attraction.
Yeah.
It's all based on sort of the principles of that kind of almost that new thought movement. Think and Grow Rich, and the science of getting rich, and um, what's the other big Maxwell Maltz, psychocybernetics. It's like that kind of sort of subculture niche, you know, that's the stuff that I've been really focusing on. And it's, I've just been doing so much research, learning so much, and by me teaching people this information, you know, it helps me as well. It helps the kind of, for me to sort of realize and figure out things as well as I teach, because like I'm sure you're the same with your coaching, your PTing and stuff. You know, whenever you actually teach people, you learn a lot from that as well. So man,
it's like you start owning the content, and I've been slowly like kind of observing you how slowly, and I would really encourage this next step that you start making your own quotes, because I mean sometimes I feel like, man, because there's this guy on my Facebook, his name's Ali, and I think he's from the pickup community. And this guy, he makes his own quotes, and that's kind of inspiring because I make my own quotes, and I'm like, man, I wonder when Phil's gonna actually. And then I saw one, and I was like, okay, that's great, because now all the content that he's given to his people, now he's becoming the main source. It's no longer like Bob Proctor, it's no longer Les Brown, it's no longer Tony Robbins. Now it's Phil Hunter. You know.
It's funny, like, because one of my clients, you know, whenever I was like, I think I was talking to her, I can't remember what it was in particular I was talking to her about, but I think I gave her a quote, and she like turned around and said, you know, it'll not be long before people are quoting you. And like, I know I'm going to get to that point at some stage. I know I'm going to get there, because, you know, you take, it's how it works. You know, you take in all this information, and you use your own sort of personality and authenticity, and you interpret that information, and it comes out. I know, like, there's so much in there. At the minute, it's just kind of, I'm still in the process of absorbing everything that I can, which is why, you know, I see all these quotes, and then I give these quotes. But I know eventually, like, because all that information's coming in, it's going to get interpreted by my own sort of uniqueness and, you know, my own sort of personality, and it's gonna, you know, then it's gonna start. It's just gonna be sort of natural, you know. Eventually, like one of the famous dating coaches, Corey Wayne, you know, he's one of the guys that I kind of started off with. Like, he always kind of, in his videos, he's doing stuff that's very similar to what I'm doing as well. But like, in terms of like, I mean the format of what he does, like, he gets in he gives out this YouTube channel, and he'll answer people's questions, and he'll take, you know, he always kind of quotes himself at the start, you know, so he'll think about the email that he's got, and then he'll come out with a quote of himself, and that's eventually the way I see things going with me. So I mean, that's definitely going to happen, and it's going to be pretty amazing, like, whenever you kind of, someone turns around and actually quotes something that I say. But it's only a matter of time for me. Like, I really do just have this great vision of where I'm going to go and where I'm going to take this. And like, it'll be like, I get feedback all the time from what I'm doing, that it's really helping people. So I know this information, and I know the way I approach it and the way I can give it. I know that's really resonating with a lot of people, you know, so all I need to do is really get my awareness out there, and so get my name out there, and again, just give out all this information, just talk about what's kind of, you know, just talk about my thoughts and how I interpret all this sort of personal development stuff, and then, like, people are going to resonate with that, and eventually, you know, people are going to seek me out, and people are going to want my help, because I am saying and doing things that's able to actually help them in a way. It's able to help them sort of deeply in a way that's kind of going to change their lives, because like the small sort of client base that I have at the minute, like, the feedback that I get is just brilliant, man. I mean, there's been so many different cases of, like, you know, people suffering from like anxiety and depression, and learning this information, and it completely revolutionized the way they think and the way their mind works. And
of course,
it's brilliant just to see them change. It's brilliant just to see them actually really enjoying life again, like I am. And that's a beautiful thing. It's so rewarding and so fulfilling what I do, and I'm sure you're the same like with your clients, that what you're teaching them and how you're helping them to improve not only their body but their mind as well. And I'm sure
Yeah.
that's, you get that kind of reward as well.
Yeah, transferring the habits. And I mean, to me it's like we're already where we're supposed to be. Like, you're where you're supposed to be. There's no need to rush it. Like, I mean, I think like it's funny how me and you like took off on this journey. We made our videos. We said, hey, this is what we're gonna do beginning now. We set our videos on YouTube, and then from there it's like we took off. And to me, like, subconsciously, like, my mind is keeping track of you. Like, I'm seeing what you're doing, and then
Yeah,
in a way it motivates me. Like, you see me and I'm like, okay, cool, like I do this, and we're just kind of looking at each other's social media. It's like a window to our lives. And
yeah,
so, you know what I mean, it's all the reason why it's a journey, mate. And it's like, you know, like the reason time exists is that so everything doesn't happen at the same time, so everything's gradually getting there. And you know, the information that you're taking in is you're taking it in because nowadays people aren't going to pick up a book. They're really not. Like, we live in the society of you know, quick you know, we get a quick reward. And you
yeah.
know, people like us are needed to relay a certain message from the past that we're putting into our minds, so that the way
Sorry, you're
that
breaking
you're
up. Sorry, give
giving
it a
it to
second
your
now.
clients and your friends, it's like, oh wow, like Phil
Mm,
Hunter is giving this information. And nowadays, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I think that sort of instant gratification kind of culture, you know,
There you go.
people want
Yeah.
things now, you know, like
Yeah.
instant messaging and instant coffee and, you know, Uber
Yeah.
and instant transport, you know, everything. Yeah.
Instant wisdom, instant coach. That,
Yeah.
and that's what we want.
It reminds me of a Gary Vaynerchuk quote. He says, you know, like, how many fucking quotes do people need before they take that action? And it's something that
Yeah.
I kind of understand a bit more now. And like, some of the information that I teach is sort of based around that, the whole idea of the subconscious mind. And if you want something to stick in your mind, then you have to almost like repeat it
Yeah.
over and over again. Like, so see if you like a quote, or see if you like one of Gary V's videos, or see if you like one of Bob Proctor's videos, or, you know, see if it's like one of
Yeah.
your own videos that people are watching and they like, watch it 10 times, watch it 20 times, watch it every single day, the same video every single day. And that's the difference.
Yeah.
Most people kind of want to pick bits here and there because it makes them feel good. It gives them that wee dopamine hit, and it's like, oh yes, you know, that's a great motivational quote, and then they move on. But the difference, like, and this is why it's so important to get mentors or, you know, personal trainers, is
Yeah.
because you're not just getting that sort of we hit and then you're maybe, you know, forgetting about it. It's like
Yeah.
you get certain information drilled into your head constantly, and that's
Uh-huh.
where it sticks. Like, so for me, like, for example, people see examples about like, oh, goal setting, brilliant, you know, we need to set goals, and then they'll forget about it the next day, or, you know, if they're lucky, they might write it on a piece of paper, you know,
Yeah.
in the moment, but then they'll forget about it. And the
Hmm.
difference is, like, for me, in my own life, like, I studied personal development for like 4 or 5 years, and then it was only whenever I got myself a mentor that did my results completely, you know, shoot through the roof. And that was because I was constantly
Uh-huh.
in this, I was constantly in this kind of mind frame where I had this information, you know, I was looking at it, and it was a really specific, focused information to get me to where I wanted to be. You know, it wasn't just like a wee quick hit. It was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, the course that I done myself and the course that I'm given, the success mindset course that I'm, you know, getting my clients to do. It's the same principle.
Yeah.
And you watch the video, you know, once or twice a day. You know, you read that information every single day. You know, you watch those
Uh-huh.
videos, watch the content around these specific bits, whether it's goal setting or, you know, your mindset or your self image, or whether it's kind of your paradigms. You know, you really repeat that stuff again and again and again, and then you repeat it some more until it sticks in your mind. And I'm sure it's the
Yeah.
same with you and your, just teaching people how to, good nutrition, good food. It's not like you see this wee clip. Yeah, you have to eat good food. You have to, eat healthy. You've got to eat your protein shakes. It's like you're drilling this into their head constantly until that forms a habit, until they're doing that over and over again, until it becomes, a subconscious sort of paradigm that they're doing, a subconscious routine. And it's like, you make them take the protein shake every day, or you make them take the smoothie every day for like up to, for a week, for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks. And then after that 3 weeks, they do it naturally because it's stuck, because it's programmed into their brain. And I think that's the difference between watching motivational videos and getting something like a personal trainer or a mentor. They make you really do these things again. They force you to do these things again and again and again until it sticks in your mind. And for me, that's something I've discovered.
Yeah.
If I want to learn something else or submerge myself in that constantly until that becomes part of me. And that's what I've really, that's one of the huge things that I've learned. And as a mindset coach, that's what I teach people. I will drill this stuff into your head until it just becomes natural. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense, especially with that quote that you posted on Napoleon Hill. Remember that quote that you put recently?
Yeah.
Where people, they forget easily, but
by the one of the fear of criticism, was it?
Yeah. I think it was the one where it talks about how people, what they do is they give up on something really quick. And then they're quick to pick up on something else. I think I have it here because I saw it. I saw it, and it was from your feed.
So I've posted so many at the minute. It's trying to remember, but like the last one I posted on the Napoleon Hill was about the fear of criticism. And it's funny because I was talking with my clients about this recently, and it kind of illustrates what we're saying. And I don't here to just get it on my phone because I don't want to get it. It says, put your foot upon the neck of criticism by reaching a decision not to worry about what other people think, do, or say. And that was a quote from Napoleon Hill from Think and Grow Rich. But what I was saying was, like, people can read that quote, they don't understand, like, they have a, you read the quote, you see it, you understand it on a certain level. But with my clients, this is only a small part of sort of what I teach. Like, I go into depth about the importance of decision making, about the importance of how when you make a decision, if you want to be successful, you have to make decisions and make them and stick by those decisions. The unsuccessful people sort of are very quick to make decisions and then change their mind, where successful people will make decisions and they'll stick with that. But I've done this, I'm doing a seminar on this Tuesday about fear and overcoming fear. And I also gave my clients a talk on overcoming fear as well. It's like a more specific version of this talk to them. But it's like my clients understand this quote on a incredibly deep level because I've went into so much depth about fear. And Napoleon Hill talks about, he says everybody has a lot of fears. It's actually in the last chapter of his book, Think and Grow Rich. And that's why most people don't become successful. He actually tells people why people don't become successful from reading his book. And that's because people give in to fear. So I give my clients a huge seminar and loads of information about that. And like one of the 3 fears was the fear of poverty, the fear of criticism, and the fear of ill health. And he talks about overcoming that. One of the steps in overcoming that is to make a decision. So it's like I'm teaching them that stuff in depth. So whenever I put up quotes like this means so much more to them because they understand it on a deep level. It's not something where they get instant gratification from where they're just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You want to put your foot on the neck of criticism. Don't let anybody else, don't give in to criticism of other people. And then like people will forget about it. Whereas like my clients, for example, because I've taught them so much depth about this, then
Yeah.
they understand it on a deep level, because their vibration, their consciousness is so much, their
Yeah.
awareness is so much greater now, that whenever they come to read this stuff, it's like they have a really deeper
It's like
understanding of it,
it hits
and they
at
can apply it a lot more in their lives.
yeah. Kind of like you kind of remind me of Owen Cook, how he explains all the so that when you actually go on the field and you game, you kind of understand it at a deeper level. So I think that's what I'm getting at your style as far as coaching. You drill deep
Yeah,
about the technicalities. But the quote, it said, successful people make decisions quickly as soon as all the facts are available and change them very slowly, if ever. Unsuccessful people make decisions very slowly and change them often and quickly. Very true.
yeah. Yeah, and it's so true. Like, it's one of the things that, again, what I was just saying, one of the things that successful people have is their ability to make decisions. And that's something that I've learned. I used to be a very slow decision maker, but I didn't realize that was to do with my own self-image. And it's like, the higher the self-image, the higher my confidence, and the deeper my belief in myself and what I can accomplish, is the quicker I'll make decisions. So, for example, like my business, if I've got to like buy something for my business, I'm not sitting there thinking, oh, can I afford this? Should I keep that money for something else? It's like, I automatically know this business is going to kick off, so I see that as a wise investment. So I'll
Yeah.
automatically go and buy it and not even think. It's like you make the decision first, and then you figure out how you're going to do it. So it's like yourself, whenever you were going to make the decision about what you wanted to do with your bodybuilding, it's like you made that decision
Yeah.
first, and then after that you figured out the how. You figured out the training schedule. You figured out
Yeah.
meal plans. You figured out how to do it. But if you want to sort of hit that high elite level, you've got to be a good decision maker.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
And
it's
you're
all
right,
about
because it's like, yeah, it's like how Grant Cardone says, it's like, commit, make a decision and commit, and then you'll operate at a higher level. I read this book called it's by George Orwell, and it's on mastery, and it talks about how people, uh, there's this the Aikido class, they would sign up, those people that signed up early for a certain event or tournament, their energy would go high, kind of like signing up
yeah,
and calibrating afterwards, versus the people that signed up like 1 week before the event. They like kind of like slacked around all that time they could have been training. And to me, it's kind of like how Owen Cooks talks about burning the boats. I know I'm the person that'll like dwindle, I'll be ambivalent, but I know how to kind of work around it. And one of the things that I like about bodybuilding is that I sign up for the competition, and that pushes me. Like, I kind of noticed when I was entering, because I signed up for one now, and I noticed that I was off, Phil. Like, I was just like, and I say, hey, you know what? Just exactly how you said, I believe in myself. I'm just going to sign up. I know it's like short notice, but I'm going to sign up, and I'm just going to operate from there, and, let everything, I believe in myself, and I'll let the chips fall where they may.
yeah. What's the competition you've signed up for? What's the competition?
July 14th.
Yeah. And what is it? Sorry, what
It's
competition is it? Or what
Battle
bodybuilding?
on the Baits. It's bodybuilding. Same thing.
Yeah.
NPC.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah,
And
it's classic.
you've been training hard for
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't know how you about you, but like, I mean, I currently came through like some relationship stuff, and then I actually got back on the gaming scene. And so one of the things is that I'm trying to face right now, one of my biggest fears is mixed sets. And
Mhm.
so it's crazy. Like, I've been going on a whole pickup. Like, here I am again, like out in the clubs, just being social, and just, I guess, kind of that's how we picked up each other's signal. Because I know that you still stay very social, Phil. So I know that for a while, like, I was just kind of trying the whole just bodybuilding. I said, hey, you know what? Maybe I can try something new. Maybe I can still be social and do my bodybuilding. So
Yeah.
it's been a different it's been something that I've been discovering and just really owning up to it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think sometimes we need to, like how you become a coach and you put it out there. Sometimes you need to put that out there because you never know, Phil. You might meet a young lady, and shit always happens. Sometimes stuff doesn't work out, and you go through a little bit of a heartbreak, and you get a little pain, and then you
Yeah.
start wondering, okay, well, what am I doing it all for? And that's kind of how I felt for a while. So I still had to plow through. You know what I mean? And I think
Yeah.
it was very interesting learning how to get through that.
Yeah. There's
And that was
always there's always lessons to learn. There really is. It's one thing that I've discovered is like you can, sometimes the universe will throw things at you, but it does it for a reason. There's always something to learn. And like one of my clients, she had asked me a question earlier today, and she was like, "Oh, her sister's got this new job, and she's doing really well, and she just feels like she's feeling a bit jealous or frustrated because she feels like she's not moving fast enough." And I say it's like, the universe will always kind of bring these things to you to allow you to deal with them, and it always brings you solutions as well if you listen out for them. So for her, I say is like one of the things.
yeah.
It's so common with learning this information, and it's something that I've had to go through myself as well. And that's why I kind of I laughed when she said it, because I was like, this is brilliant. You're on the right track. If you're feeling this, you're on the right track, because it's like you learn this information, you learn how to get what you want, whatever that is, you learn how to get it. So it's like sometimes you just want to get there fast. And like for me, I was just burning myself out constantly because I loved what I was doing, and I just had so much going on. I was doing so much and putting so much sort of time and effort into all this, just because I kind of wanted to get there fast. And then it was like I learned the value of being patient. I learned the value of kind of more appreciating the things that you have. Appreciate. It sounds like cliche, but cliches are there for a reason. I really pay attention to cliches now, because most people dismiss cliches because they're so common, but they're common because there's something there that you can actually learn from it.
Yeah.
It was like I needed to learn the value of actually patience. I need to learn to appreciate what I have now, because if I'm like rushing to get to where I want to fast, it means that it's almost coming from a place that, your life's not good enough now. It's like, oh, you have to get there fast, then things will be better. So I've learned that. I've learned more to enjoy the process. I've learned I've got something great here. I'm helping people. I'm changing lives. But appreciate that. It's not about sort of getting there really fast. It's not about actually blowing up my business. The focus for me would always be on helping people and improving people's lives, and that involves, like, I'm always going to be doing this now. So it's like, right, I've really got to learn how to enjoy this process.
Yeah, because the resources always come to you, right? The resources are always going to be there for you, Phil. And it's kind of how Todd Valentine talks about, borrowing entitlement from the future. Often we're like, hey, you know what? Like when I get this or when I do that, but actually, your mind has the ability to live in that moment now. And sometimes you can travel into that moment, and you can feel how you would feel if you were successful already, if you were holding seminars. And quite honestly, you would probably be Phil. You probably still feel the same. You probably still would love your family. Everything that you have, that you ever need, is already with you right now. You can give yourself permission to feel that greatness today.
Exactly, man. Exactly. It's like, it's there's always something to learn. I think Wayne Dyer he said that, he always, whenever he met someone, he always thought to himself, what can I learn from this person? This person, what has this person got to teach me? So even if he went and sat down beside somebody on a plane, that's what he'd be thinking. It's like, why has the universe put this person beside me? Why is there and whether you kind of believe in, the universe and, everything that has a plan, it doesn't even matter. That the concept behind it is beautiful. It's like you're always kind of sitting there with that open mind. It's like, what can I learn from this person? Let me find out about this person's journey, this person's life. You know, it really helps you to connect with people. So whether you kind of believe in all that stuff or not, it doesn't really matter. Understand the concepts, understand the principles behind it, and it's going to improve your life, you know, whether you kind of believe in that side of things or not. And that's that's the way I've always kind of seen this stuff as well, because I come from a very like scientific background, you know, come from very I understand how science works and how good science works. So I always say to some people that are like that, you know, understand the concepts behind the law of attraction, understand the principles. It'll still work just the same whether you can believe in it or not. It's not a religion. You don't have to actually believe in it for it to work. You know, the principles are there, the concepts are there. Understand them and understand them on a deep level, and it's going to really improve your life. It's going to improve your mindset. It's going to improve your ability to connect with people. It's going to improve your ability to manipulate, to change, to understand, and your ability to change your state and your emotions. You know, so if you're feeling sad, you know, think about it in terms of your vibration is low. How can I improve this vibration? Gratitude's a great way to improve my vibration. So it's like, okay, let's think of, you know, 3 things in this moment that I could be grateful for, and that will pick your state up or your mood. You know, call it vibration, call it state, call it your mood, call it emotions. I don't care. You know, just understand the principles and apply them, and you'll see the results that you'll get from it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I remember like the last thing that I did was one of your assignments to pick an A and a B and a C goal.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember I had done them, and then what I did is I 10x them. That really like, you know, the stuff that you know you come up with. You know what I mean? You brainwash your mind, and
that was like, right, that was, see where I got that from. Like this tells me how long ago I was speaking to you, because that was the very first meetup I went to within my own personal, you know, coaching journey with my own mentor Kim. That was the first meeting I went to. There was a guy called Jamie that actually gave that, and then I started to use that and apply that for a while. So it must have been like you know, about six months ago I was talking to you, 6 or 7 months ago. That's crazy. But yeah, like and I forgot all about that one as well. I was using that one for so long.
Yeah.
I might have to reincorporate that as well and bring that back in. What time is your salsa starting at?
The what?
Your salsa? What time's that starting at?
It's probably gonna be 5 hours from now. You got any tips for me?
5 hours. I've got I'm going to salsa as well. Salsa and bachata. Bachata is my thing at the minute. It starts at like 9:30, which is in like 30 minutes. No, it is. So I was actually doing a wee bit of work there on the website. So I was trying to do a wee bit before I went out today. But yeah, man, it's just brilliant talking to you. It's brilliant actually catching up with you, man. It's like literally been like 6 months or something. It's just crazy.
Shit. Yeah. We gotta do it more often, man.
Yeah, definitely. Like I do follow you on like Facebook and stuff and YouTube and all. And, you know, I'm like rooting for you the whole time. You know, I just like, you know, it's great to see you doing so well, which is fantastic. You know, I'm always like going. I'm always in your corner. I'm always kind of going, yes, I want this guy to, you know, to make it big. You know, you deserve it. Like you know, the stuff that you take is incredible. So it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, cause we're kind of like the same person in a certain way, you know, and it's
on
very
different sides of the planet as well.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see you progress, and I love the how you did the Father's Day run. I think that was a hit. How you recorded that was perfect. So yeah, man. I mean, we'll definitely plan another one, Phil. That way we could just kind of like keep touch. You know what I mean? But
definitely, like, I mean, I'm trying to get out as much content as possible. So meeting up with my friend Connor every once a week, and we're just going and taking some pictures, making videos as well. You know, just trying to really boost my the awareness for people of myself and my business. You know, so like things like this is just great. It's you learn so much from it, and it's just it's fun as well, isn't it? I could talk about this stuff for hours. You know, this stuff never gets tiring for me. I love it. It's just like anything to do with the mind is brilliant. I love it.
Yeah, it is. And Phil, before I let you go, Phil, there's this one thing that since I started bodybuilding and I started going full force on it, like just like 2 days ago, and I was starting to rewrite the book, and then I saw your name because in the dedication I put like all these bodybuilders names like as inspirations, and at the end, oh, and my friend Phil, who actually helped me like push the book out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's very interesting how the
That
mind
is
works.
amazing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. That's amazing. Like, that's
congratulations.
brilliant.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll see you around, Phil.
Yeah, are you planning like in getting are you planning on getting another book out, or have you any plans for that, or what's the next stage for you? You know, your sort of your main focus at the minute is your this competition that you have coming up. Have you anything else in the
Yeah.
pipeline at the minute?
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. When I 10x my ABC goals,
Yeah.
I thought I wanted to be an Olympian, a bodybuilder, but then I did what Jim Carrey did once when he wrote himself a check for acting. I've always wanted to act, and I have this comic book / manga, which is
Yeah.
like a Japanese comic book.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna start putting out on Kindle. Like I'm gonna rewrite the 2 books, and then
Mhm.
I'm gonna work on that.
Brilliant,
So
man. Brilliant.
10x.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, man,
You know.
it was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was brilliant
That's
talking
I'm
to you.
looking to
Let's
go into.
yeah, let's definitely do this
Yeah.
again soon.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Yeah. Enjoy
See you,
enjoy
Phil.
your dancing later. I'll catch up with you soon. Bye.
All right, man. Dream big.